Hello, I hope you are well. Welcome back to the Hannah Tay channel. I have not done a sit down long video in such a long time. It's been over a month, but I have been doing YouTube shorts, which have been reading vlogs and little book reviews. But I want to do videos again where I dedicated it just to sitting down and having like a long old chat about a book. So I'm going to get straight into it. Also, I've moved house. That's why my surroundings are different. So this is Murder, She Wrote, A Fatal Feast. I have spoken about this before on the channel, but I just wanted to dedicate a video to it because I really enjoyed this book. So this is, of course, the TV series with Angela Lansbury. They also built out books, but the books don't correlate with the TV series. So with Rosemary and Thyme, the Rosemary and Thyme books are the Rosemary and Thyme episodes, whereas with this, they just went absolutely rogue with it. Different authors wrote different books, and there isn't an episode and book tie-in kind of thing at all. So I really like that you can watch all of the Murder, She Wrote TV series and then you can read all the books, because obviously Angela Lansbury has passed away now. That era is over, unfortunately, and no one would ever, oh my god, imagine if they recast Murder, She Wrote. No, I would protest in the street. No one can ever be Jessica Fletcher, so absolutely not. So we obviously aren't getting any new episodes, but they are still doing these books. This one came out in 2009, and you don't have to read the books in the complete series or in the right formation because they won't spoil you. So they might reference certain characters that they met in the different books and say, oh, I remember when I travelled to Ireland and I met this character and this murder happened, but they'll never spoil what that book is, so you can still enjoy and go back and read that book, which I really like. So Fatal Feast is about it's set in Cabot Cove, but not the whole book is in Cabot Cove, and I loved it being in Cabot Cove. I really did. I know Murder, She Wrote, she normally travels around the world, she's jet setting, she's everywhere, but a lot of this is in Cabot Cove, and I really liked that. But then at the end they do go somewhere else. But her friend George, he used to be an inspector, and that's how they met. He was a detective inspector for the Metropolitan Police, and they met because she went to a writing convention and someone got murdered, of course. And so she became friends with him after that, and a little bit of a love interest because they're both widowed. And then he said to her about Thanksgiving, what is that? Because we don't have that. And she said, oh, you'll have to come to America for Thanksgiving. I think George is Scottish, and in Scotland and in England we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's like nothing to us. We don't have anything or any decorations or anything to do with it. So she is planning this really traditional Thanksgiving. She's inviting everyone in Cabot Cove. She's going around inviting them. She's with Mort the sheriff, his wife, and Jessica are going to cook all the dishes for Thanksgiving. She's also, there's this straggler in Cabot Cove that no one knows who he is, but he keeps standing outside Jessica's house, and she's a bit unnerved. But for the majority of the book, there is no murder at all, which the murders I find happen really early on in Murder, She Wrote, in the TV series, but in this book, a lot of it is just lovely. It's Cabot Cove, a little bit alarming with this straggler. No one knows who he is. No one knows where he lives. And no one's seen him before, but he's not homeless. But he's just staring what she thinks is looking into her house, but she doesn't know if he's looking into her house or not. And then she's also writing the Thanksgiving parade show that they're going to put on, and she can't finish her novel. So everyone knows that she's got writer's block and she just cannot get through this novel. So she's a bit stressed about that. She's stressed about Thanksgiving. She's stressed about George coming because George and her are both widowed, but they have formed a really close friendship, and she's thinking about maybe this relationship between us could be more romance. I've never ever seen a TV series episode of Murder, She Wrote where there is a romance, but then also they're sneaking in, this is such a rogue book, that maybe her and Mort, who's obviously the doctor in Cabot Cove, maybe they're going to have a romance. Maybe Mort likes her more than a friend, and she's never really thought of Mort that way, but maybe he does. And she knows that Mort maybe likes her, and then she likes George, and she knows that George likes her, but she doesn't want George to come and stay with her because she thinks it's kind of improper because they're not married and they're not dating. And so she asks Mort No, Seth. Sorry, Seth. Oh my God. She asked Seth, the doctor, who she thinks is interested in her romantically, do you mind having George come and stay with you? The cheek. Oh my God, I just spat. Sorry, I need to calm down. But the cheek of it, to have two men that fancy her and to be like, oh, Seth, I've got this man, George, coming. Oh, okay, have you? Yeah. Can he come and live with you in your house? Sorry? He says, okay, fine. She's also got a pilot's license in this. I don't remember that from the TV series. So she's flying. She's in the air. She's flying to pick George up from the airport and fly him back to Cabot Cove. She's flying herself, jet setting herself around the world now in this one. And then they are having this traditional Thanksgiving. A murder takes place in Cabot Cove. And then they really have to delve into who is everyone. There's new neighbours, and then there's this straggler, and are people who they say they are. And her friend who lives in Cabot Cove has just got a new boyfriend. And she doesn't know if he's legit, if he is who he says he is. So you have like three sets of people. One's a couple who you don't know what's their true identity, because they're all new to Cabot Cove at the same time. So she's thinking, are they connected? And this murder's just happened, and no one really seems who they are. Everyone seems to be hiding some kind of secret somewhere. And the man that's been killed, they don't know who he is. So they've got to work out who he is. So that's why they venture out of Cabot Cove, to try and find out what is his true identity, because everyone kind of knows of him but doesn't know his real name or where he came from before he was at Cabot Cove. No idea. So all that's kicking off. Thanksgiving, they're having Thanksgiving at the same time of all of that. She's writing this thing for the parade. Her book she's kind of stranded, doesn't know how to finish it. And then Seth and the George, like her two love interests, she's trying to juggle both of them at the same time. It's wild. It's Jessica Fletcher gone wild. I don't know how this was like published. I love it though. It's so unhinged. There's so many different elements. And I also like that they didn't just give a whole like, oh, why didn't she just go off with George? You know, he's single, she's single, go off. It's because like they're widowed. She was married before and he was married before, and they live in completely different countries. And how would that really work? Well, he's going to give up his life to move to Cabot Cove, or she's going to give up her like the reality of it. They're trying to play it out in the book and think, oh, you know, could this work? I love spending time with each other, but we actually have great fulfilling lives without each other. So I liked that it wasn't just like, oh, and they're just going to happily ever after and that's it. Because the logistics of it, when they actually thought about it, is like, maybe we'll end up together one day, but right now I don't know if we are going to end up together, because logistically it just seems so far-fetched. The book is really set in 3 parts. So the first part, George has not arrived. Jessica is just preparing for Thanksgiving. You're in lovely, gorgeous Cabot Cove. There's a lot of gossip that you're learning about everyone. That's what's going on. And she's kind of anticipating George's arrival and what's going to happen between the two of them. Then is George's arrival and Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving night, they stumble upon a body. And the third part is them trying to find out the identities of the new people in Cabot Cove and the identity of the man who's been killed, and is everyone what they say they are, because they don't seem like they are, and solving the murder of it. So a lot of it isn't murder at all in this one. It's only kind of the bit at the end that I would say is the murder, and then the other bits are more about her kind of very complicated love life, the Cabot Cove random gossip that's going on, and Thanksgiving. And I loved it. I've never celebrated Thanksgiving. It's not a holiday or anything in England, but I loved learning about Thanksgiving. I thought it was so cozy, so lovely. I loved the drama, the love triangle there. Loved that. Loved that she was flying a plane. I thought that was great. I loved all the different people in Cabot Cove and different stories they had to tell about the same kind of people. So like, oh, you know, this woman, she's just got her new boyfriend. I think he's like this. Oh no, I think he's like this. And then Jessica herself meeting different people and coming to her own assumptions about them, and then actually finding the reality of who these people are. Loved it. 5-star read for me. I really, really enjoyed it, and I really savoured it. I could have read it a lot quicker, but I just wanted to live in the world of Cabot Cove. I have bought the first Murder, She Wrote book, which is called Gin and Daggers, and I'm going to read that and probably just work my way through the series that way. A lot of the books are on eBay, so that's where I got my other one. And I just loved it. I thought it was great. Tell me down below what Murder, She Wrote books you have read. If you love Miss Marple, Agatha Christie's Miss Marple, you'll love this. That kind of Miss Marple's in like a cozy village, or she's in a country manor house and there's all these different odd people and then a murder happens and she has to work out what's happening. It's that kind of cozy mystery. If you like Rosemary and Thyme, you'll love this. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope you have liked this more sit down, chat about one book. I used to do that all the time, just like whatever book I had finished, just sit down and do a full video on that book. So I think going forward, I'll be probably doing more of that. I'm loving YouTube shorts and doing little mini vlogs because they all have to be 3 minutes long. So I feel like you can get a lot in like a 3-minute reading vlog or a 3-minute like weekend vlog and stuff. I really like doing them as well. Subscribe, comment and tell me if you like these longer videos or if you're enjoying my short videos. Let me know. I also have a bookcase here. Can you see? I finally have a bookcase because at my old place I didn't have one, but this was when we bought the house, it was already built in like this and I absolutely love it. So tell me what you think of this video, if you're going to read any Murder She Wrote books, and I will see you again soon for another video.